bin's wieder, okay, so neue Herren. Hier mit meinem Let's Play von Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Spirit of Justice. Und beim letzten Mal haben wir doch einen Weg gefunden, die Aussage von wegen das perfekte Alibi von Ratings ein bisschen zu knacken. Nämlich ist das Ganze irrelevant. Es soll nämlich darauf hinaus, dass er während der Mord passiert ist. Es gibt einen Weg, dass er nicht unbedingt da gewesen sein muss. Ja, ein schöner, magischer Mord einfach. Yes, Your Honor, I'm ready. In that case, please answer me this. Why did the culprit make the victim fly up into the air like that? Was ist ein Ja, warum wohl? Mit den gegebenen Mitteln, die wir jetzt haben, dass beim Vollführen des Pranks und dem Auftauchen der Leiche, in Anführungszeichen, nach oben geschleudert wird, der gute Mann. Und da sich eine schöne, kleine, böse Überraschung verbirgt. Ja. Also, Antwort, er hat ihn nach oben zum Fliegen geschickt, um ihn zu töten. Just why did the culprit have the victim fly up after he appeared in the coffin? And how did the victim actually die? When he was only pretending to be dead in the coffin? If you can figure out how these two questions relate, the answers should become clear. Could it be? Mr. Mystery must thought he was still just part of a prank when he appeared on stage. He probably didn't suspect a thing as he was being pulled into the air. After Miss Wright was called backstage and just as the set piece fell. But the culprit had already planted the real murder weapon in a cushion in the catwalk. It was probably a knife or blade of some sort. What? You mean? Yes, it really was a magical murder. Just as the prank script said, Mr. Mystery was whisked up into the air. And straight into a blade there in the catwalk. In other words, this murder was committed remotely through the use of a magic trick. What? Remotely? Using this method, it wouldn't matter where Mr. Ratings was at the time of death. Hab dich. But how exactly does it work, Mr. Justice? Mit einer 3D-Grafik geht doch alles besser. Just before the murder occurred, the dragon's set piece was up in the catwalk. In and Mr. Manoff Mystery were connected to each other by a wire at the time. By carrying out the prank plan, Betty made the dragon set piece fall, which caused Mr. Mystery to rocket straight up and into the blade in the cushion. The cushion was high up enough to be hidden from the audience view. That's why nobody saw the blade. Oh, then that big gash in Mr. Hat's cape. The blade must have been set up overhead some time before the magic show. Mr. Hat must have been slashed by it too when he was pulled up to the cushion. I can't believe it. I had no idea. I was told that Trucy would freak out if I made the set piece fall. That's the only reason I did it. You were used, Betty. Roger Ratings used you. I thought he was my little puppet to boss around, but it was the other way around. After the incident occurred, Mr. Ratings arrived at the theater. He got the murder weapon and swapped the rubber sword with the bloodied steel one. That's also when he lowered the victim's body down to the stage. But how did he have time to do all that? When the set piece fell, the audience was evacuated from the building. He was able to do all those things after the fact because there was no one around to see. A horrific murder camouflaged by a spectacular magic show! That sounds like the kind of murder only a magician could pull off! As long as the show proceeded as it was scripted, Mr. Mystery was doomed to die. That's why it was you, Mr. Ratings, who killed the victim, all the way from the TV station. This prank plan, or should I say murder plan, proves your murderous intent. Grammary! Was willst du jetzt? Erstmal beten. Danke. Enough. You dim-witted, ignorant, imbecilic, pewtered red pepper. He can't possibly have a counter-argument to make. Talk about not knowing when to let it go and move on. Do you have a rebuttal or something, Prosecutor Satmadi? No blade of any kind was found in the catwalk, which means you have no evidence to support your theory. But Mr. Ratings retrieved it after the fact. Which still leaves you with no way to prove your wildly fantastic remote murder theory. But without proof, does it not make more sense to believe that the murder was committed there on the stage? That's where the bloodstained sword was found after all. That's a very good point! As the only person who could have committed the crime there on that stage. Trucy Wright remains the prime suspect. It would appear that what you call truth is little more than a cheap parlor trick. In the end, you have done nothing to prove the accused's innocence. It is time at last to let it go and move on. Und diesmal singe ich es nicht. Ah! Are you seeing this, magnific grammary? My magic is exacting punishment on your granddaughter. The grammary name is done for. Apollo, we need to hit them with a decisive piece of evidence here. I know, that's just what I was thinking. Mr. Justice, do you or don't you have anything to prove that the witness committed this remote murder you proposed? Of course I do, Your Honor. This entire incident was carried out exactly according to the script. Right, so theoretically, there should be no evidence for us to find or use. Which means, our best bet is to see if something unscripted happened. There's gotta be something Ratings couldn't have foreseen. And once I find it, that's how I expose his murderous trick. Get ready, Mr. Ratings, because I'm about to reveal the secret to your magic. There are no tricks or gimmicks here, just some good old-fashioned logic. Okay, rein in den Kopf und nochmal alles durchgehen, was wir wissen. Der abschließende Part mit dem wir dann den gesamten Fall zu Ende bringen. As long as the magic show went as scripted, the murder would happen without fail. Everything in this case was carefully planned so that no evidence would be left behind. Still, one thing happened that definitely wasn't in the plan. What part of the magic show wasn't a part of the show's original script? Die Tatsache, dass Bonnie einen Fehler gemacht hat. Bonnie made a mistake. Bonnie made a mistake during Trucy's escape trick. What mistake did Bonnie make during the magic tricks? Die Positionierung von Mr. Hat war falsch. Mr. Hat was placed in the wrong spot. Because Bonnie placed Mr. Hat to the right of the coffin instead of to the left, Trucy had to reappear on the side of the coffin opposite to the one in the show's script. But the culprit didn't know that when he first arrived at the theater, which means he was bound to make a slip-up when he tampered with the crime scene. Which part of the culprit's cover-up attempt was affected by Trucy's new position? Das wäre das Blut in der... Moment. Hole. Loch. Genau, das war's. Entschuldigung. Das blutige Loch im Sarg. Der blutige Loch im Sarg, was auch immer. Das klingt aber auch so falsch. The blood was on the wrong side of the coffin too. Thinking Trucy had appeared on the left, the culprit must put the blood in the left hole. But the blood was eventually discovered in the right hole during the police investigation. If the killer had originally put the blood on the left side, that means he must tamper with the scene again afterwards to make it line up with the facts. To make the crime scene consistent with the facts, the culprit must have... muss den Sarg umgedreht haben. Und das erklärt dann wieder einen Widerspruch an dem Beweisstück. Und jetzt haben wir alles. The culprit swapped the coffin's sides. That's right! The left and right panels of the coffin are interchangeable. The culprit must switch the two panels to make the bloodstain fit the facts. But the switch might also give rise to something unnatural. Oh, I remember now! There was something unnatural about the coffin, and it's just the evidence I need. Sorry, Mr. Ratins, but I have some very conclusive proof of your guilt. Another bluff, is it? There's no way you have anything of the kind. My magic is real. No, there are tricks and gimmicks to it, just like any other illusion. What? After the murder, you switched the left and right panels of the coffin, didn't you? Ugh. And because you did, you left behind something very unnatural for us to find. This proves that Roger Ratins tampered with the crime scene after the murder took place. Und das wären die Fingerabdrücke. Wenn wir uns nämlich erinnern. Die Fingerabdrücke von Mystery. Wenn man nämlich den Händen folgt, dann hätte er eigentlich sich vom Publikum, wie sage ich das jetzt mal? Dann hätte er mit dem Rücken zum Publikum gestanden. So, ich hasse Erklärungen. Ich bin ja kein Erklärbär, aber hier, fick dich! The fingerprinting results. What about the fingerprints is unnatural? Let's take a look at the prints in the victim left inside the coffin, shall we? If the victim was facing forward in the coffin, his prints should look like this. However, what we found was they were facing the opposite direction. It's quite unnatural for the prints to be facing this way, wouldn't you agree? It is strange, isn't it? But how did they get this way? They got this way because the culprit thought the magic show had gone according to the script. The culprit thought Mr. Head would be on the left side of the coffin. And that Miss Wright would also pop up to the left of the coffin as per the show script. He then assumed she had thrust the sword into the hole on the left side of the coffin. That's why he put blood in the left hole when he was trying to cover up his crime. But sometime after leaving the bloodstain, the culprit must realize his mistake. He found out that due to Bonnie's mistake, Mr. Head was to the right of the coffin. And that despite the script, Miss Wright had thrust the sword into the hole on the right. In short, the hole with the blood in it was on the side opposite to the one that Trucy used. To make the blood's location fit the facts, he had to tamper with the evidence yet again. So he tried to cover his tracks by switching the coffin's left and right panels. Ooh, and that's how the fingerprints in the coffin ended up backwards! Because the culprit switched the two side panels around! The culprit ended up facing the opposite direction! But instead of going to all that trouble with the panels, why didn't the culprit just wipe the blood away and redo it on the other side? I'm afraid that wouldn't have worked, Your Honor, because of a little something called luminol testing. Oh, right! Luminol! I almost forgot! Luminol can detect trace amounts of blood even if it's been wiped away, right? That's right. Wiping the blood away wouldn't only serve as proof of his meddling. How about it, Mr. Ratins? I did a pretty good job figuring out your trick, didn't I? Trucy Wright could have done the same just as easily. You have no proof that it was this witness who tampered with the evidence. Ah, but I do have proof. What? A person who was in the magic show would never have made the mistake of putting the blood on the wrong side. Least of all Miss Wright, who surely would remember she was on the other side. Oh my, you're absolutely right! Why, you impudent. I'm sure you've realized by now, Prosecutor Satmadi, that your claim that Miss Wright is the culprit just doesn't hold up. You and the accused are most... Really? Miss Wright and I? Because I think you're the one with the ticket there for trying to convict an innocent girl. Ah! Gegeben! Prosecutor Satmadi, are you alright? As for the true culprit, he is someone who knew how the show was supposed to go but didn't actually see it. And someone who had the chance to tamper with the crime scene after the incident. And the only person who fits the bill is you, Roger Ratins! Gramarye! All of the secrets to your tricks have been revealed. And with no tricks left, I'm afraid your show has been cancelled! Permanently! All of my secrets have been revealed, you say? Don't make me laugh, boy. Mine is the true, real magic. There are no secrets to reveal. Behold, ladies and gentlemen, the true power of the great Mysterious. Witness a magic far greater than true gramarys. Burn! Crumble! Fall to my furious flames! The great Mysterious will bring an end to you all! And now for the final here to the grammary name. Right here, right now, you too shall burn! Huh? No! This isn't right! Ah! Ah! No! I didn't do anything wrong! No! It's not my fault! I'm the one to blame! I'm the victim here! Ah! What? Ah! Ah! Stop! No! Ah! Curse you, grammary! Curse those grammarys! It's all because of them. Even now, they wound me. Curse them all to the abyss! Do you really hate us that much? Does your hatred run that deep? Deep enough to kill an innocent man? You're damn right. You have no idea what humiliation I had to suffer. Your grandfather, Magnificramary, kicked me out after I got hurt practicing my magic. He said I was too unskilled, that I would mess up on stage. He threw me out of the troupe just because he was worried about his own reputation. Since I was but a child, it was always my dream to become a great magician. But that Magnifi, he took it all from me. But that's no excuse. That's no reason to do something so evil. Magic is supposed to make people happy, not used as a means for murder. What's the big deal? I just used what I had available to me, that's all. I get it now. That attitude toward magic is why my grandfather kicked you out. You don't deserve to call yourself a magician! Don't deserve? I don't know about that. After all, you were completely taken in by my magic, were you not? If not for that lawyer over there, you would be on your way to prison as we speak. You're right. I didn't see through your tricks. You see? So in the end, Troop Grammary was defeated by the great Mysterious. You're not fit to lecture me from on high, Trucy Wright. You don't even deserve to call yourself a magician, you naive greenhorn. Take that, Grammary! You lose! If everyone needs to learn to let it go and move on, it's this guy. This court and my prison can both burn in the flames of my creation! was good.
It looks like we've reached the end! I feel as though I've been watching a great magic show!
It was close, but we just barely made it through somehow. Huh? Why does Trucy look so down?
Miss Wright?
Yes, Your Honor?
I'm about to announce my verdict! Could I see that wonderful smile of yours? That smile of a true entertainer as I do!
Yes, Your Honor.
Now then, this court finds the defendant, Trucy Wright! Not guilty! Old-fashioned with confetti!
Sehr schön, wir haben's geschafft. Danke, danke, meine Fans. Danke, danke.
Court is adjourned! Und auf dem Weg nach Hause verteilen wir noch Bonbons! Ohne Gift! Einfach nur Zitrone! Hohoho!
28. April, District Court. Defendant Lobby Number 3. Puh. Das war ein hartes Stück Arbeit, aber wir haben es geschafft. Wir haben Trucy und unsere Agentur gerettet. Thank you for everything, Polly. Oh, Trucy, grazie a Dio. Now you can open your show tomorrow, just as planned. Yep, and it's all thanks to you too. Oh, but now that Mr. Rios is gone, I need to find somebody to replace him. I don't like the way she's looking at me. Trucy, I'm so sorry about everything. Hey! What are you apologizing for? Retrobratans used us! We're victims too! He even made me an accomplice to murder! But, Betty, we have to take some of the blame for this too, you know? Even if we didn't know he was planning to kill Mystery, we did cooperate with him. It's all my fault, isn't it? Neither one of you is to blame! The only one in the wrong is the person who used the magic to commit murder, Retrobratans! Don't you think I know that? Say what you want, but don't think for a second that I don't still hate you. I guess she really does hate me. But Betty, why? You used to be a huge fan of Trucy's. Hey! Shut up! I've always hated her! Really? But if we hadn't seen Trucy's magic show, we never would try to become professional magicians ourselves, right? So speak for yourself! But Betty, you still have her autograph. Girl! Shut up! Was she acting that way this whole time because she secretly loves Trucy? Wow, Trucy, I never knew that being the best could be so tough. Come on, Betty, we're leaving. We have to get ready for tomorrow's show. You're really exciting about performing with Trucy again, aren't you? That's not true! So zip it, dummy! Die zwei sind schon süß. Polly? Do you think I really am a naive greenhorn? Huh? No way. She's not. After all, you were completely taken in by my magic, were you not? If not for that lawyer over there, you would be on your way to prison as we speak. You're right. I didn't see through your tricks. You see? So in the end, Troop Grammary was defeated by the great Mysterious. You're not fit to lecture me from on high, Trucy Wright. You don't even deserve to call yourself a magician, you naive greenhorn. Trucy, don't tell me you're taking what Wright said to heart.
Well, maybe a little. I didn't see through his tricks and I let myself be taken in by his magic. I can't trust myself anymore. Maybe he was right to call me a greenhorn.
You shouldn't take stock in his words. He doesn't even know the first thing about you.
Huh?
You're a wonderful grammar magician. You should be proud of yourself.
Thank you, Apollo. But what makes you say that?
I know you're a wonderful grammar magician because of this. Du hast ja immer noch hier das Buch von Magnifi.
My grandfather's notebook!
The Grammary Creed. A true entertainer always keeps a smile on their face. When you performed your magic trick in court today, you showed the world your dedication to your troops' creed. Even through all the jeering, you kept a smile on your face and won the crowd over. You are everything Magnifi could have hoped for in and here. You're a great magician, Trucy.
A great magician? Me?
You really are. That's why you don't have to worry about what Wright said.
Polly, thank you. Still, I couldn't have done it without you. I would have lost my nerve if I'd been alone up there. But I was able to keep on smiling because of you.
Me?
I remembered what you said to me in the detention center.
After all, you're sure you swapped the swords, right?
Yes, I remember doing it.
Then I just know it wasn't your fault, Trucy.
But how can you say that? We don't have any proof it wasn't me. I mean, I know you're a great lawyer, Polly, but...
I believe in you, Trucy. And I believe in your skill as a professional magician. So I'm going to prove your innocence. Don't worry, you're going to be fine!
Your words were what kept me going. Apollo, thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Gern geschehen, Süße.
Now I can be everything I was meant to be.
Trucy's real smile is the best. I'm so glad I could help make that happen. Emma? I'm really sorry, Trucy, for everything.
But why?
Well, I wasn't able to convince Prosecutor Sabmadi what a good person you are. And I had to testify against you too.
You have nothing to apologize for. You were just doing your job.
You're too kind. Ist doch so. Emma muss das ja machen, also... No, kein Stress.
Oh, I don't know about... Huh? Is something wrong, Emma?
Prosecutor Sabmadi, what are you doing here? Ja, wohl nicht, um uns zu gratulieren. Detective Sky.
Yes?
I require your forensic expertise in order to close this case. Come, let us go. Wait! Prosecutor Sabmadi! The trial is over, Mr. Justice. You and I are strangers once more, with no further need to interact. Strangers? Have you really forgotten all about me?
What?
You've really changed, Nayuta. Telling me to let it go and stuff. What happened to you? Oh, lawyer of impure soul. I have nothing to say to the likes of you. Are you serious, Nayuta? Now, if you'll excuse me. There he goes.
What was that all about, Apollo? How do you know Prosecutor Satmadi?
Let's just say we're old acquaintances.
Acquaintances? It seemed like something more than that.
Yeah, well...
You don't like to talk about your past, do you? Because you always change the subject.
I guess I'll have to talk about it someday. But for now... Come on, let's forget about the past and celebrate Trucy's future!
Sure, if you say so.
Hey, it's Mr. Wright! Put him on speakerphone, Apollo. What's up, Mr. Wright? Apollo! How's Trucy? What happened at the trial? Did you get a not guilty verdict? Da ist wieder, overprotective Papa. Mr. Wright, slow down. Everything's fine.
Hi, Daddy! I'm okay now!
She was found not guilty in a very dramatic turnabout. Plus, we saved the office. It was a great victory for Apollo. Phew, that's a load off my mind. I can't thank you enough, Apollo. Now I know I can trust you to hold down the fort any time. Me? Really? Yes, you. You're a real full-fledged lawyer now in my eyes. A full-fledged lawyer? I still can't wrap my mind around it. Thank goodness you were there to take care of everything. And thank you, Apollo. No need to go that far, boss. Especially not in front of everyone. Oh, and by the way, I won't be able to make it to tomorrow's show, so I was hoping you could go. You'd do that for me, won't you? Of course! I wouldn't miss it for the world! Full-fledged.
So Daddy asked you to come to tomorrow's show, huh? As my assistant, right?
No, he's just asked me to go cheer you on.
Okay, then I'll be sure to save you the best seat in the house, Polly.
The best seat in the house? I really appreciate the thought, but...
Good, then it's settled!
Angst! 29. April. Penrose Theater. Stage. Hab Angst.
Objection!
I should have known! This is what she meant!
Magical girl Trucy Wright will now perform her greatest illusion yet! There are no tricks or gimmicks here, ladies and gentlemen. This is real magic.
Wait a minute! You're kidding, right? There is a trick or gimmick, right? I'm too young to die!
Now then, Mr. Hat, you know what to do with that sword.
No, wait! Stop! No!
And that is how Trucy and Grubberyland ended on a rousing high note. With a big round of applause and Polly's ear-splitting screams.
What kind of an ending is that? Ach, Trucy. Manu. Ah. Du machst mich fertig, Mädchen. Aber es ist auch gut so. Es ist viel lustiger, wenn sie Leute so fertig macht. Und dann ist sie glücklich und dann sind wir alle glücklich. Ach, ist das schön. Ja, das ist durchaus schön. Ein schönes Ende für eine wundervolle Episode. Also, wirklich. Das ist... Oh, so gut! Das hat mir richtig gut gefallen damals. Und euch hoffentlich auch. Na dann, Episode 2, The Magical Turnabout, ist damit beendet. Hurra! Das heißt, beim nächsten Mal, also morgen, geht's dann schon weiter mit Episode 3, The Right of Turnabout. Oh, ja. Right. Irgendwas wollte ich sagen. Ach ja. An dieser Stelle dann Wright. Da kann man sich schon denken, dass es wieder ins Religiöse geht. Soll heißen, wir besuchen wieder Kurain und gehen wieder in die Perspektive von Phoenix über. Und was da jetzt genau passiert und vor allem diese Silhouette da. Ihr wisst genau, was das bedeutet. Oh. Ihr habt alle darauf gewartet. Die ganzen Fans haben geschrien danach, dass es passiert. Und es ist passiert. Aber mehr dazu morgen. Egal ob positiv oder negativ, Bewertung immer gern gesehen, das war's meine Seite. Wir sehen uns das nächste Mal wieder. See you guys!